Good morning, everyone. I was born with Pluto and Leo. We're the baby boomer generation. We're the ones that started the fire. Currently, Pluto is in the fire of Sagittarius in the house of ideologies. It is our time to come forward with the very reason we started the fire with Pluto and Leo. Why we were born was to start that fire. Now it is time to manifest the reason for starting that fire, its purpose, why we did it. Well, I started a damn fire yesterday. One reign to rule them all. I have been attacked by Christians, Muslims, solar astrologers, lunar astrologers, the Patriarch, the matriarch, and even the Riddler showed up. In a way, it's kind of funny. Here we go. This is an ancient Latin Freemason tracing board. Infidious, Superius. You do not see the two S's in Superius because one is in the moon and one is in the sun, or moon and sun. It's a symbol for ancient, hidden wisdom, the thing they wish to keep secret. It's neither masculine nor feminine, but the greater part is feminine in this age ruled by the patriarch. Indeed, this age appears to have been hijacked, but when you talk about as above, so below, if a constellation is masculine, then it reflects itself opposite on the earth. So, Pisces is a feminine age, but ruled by the patriarch. Aquarius is coming as a masculine age, and therefore the matriarch thinks it is their turn to rule. But Aquarius and Capricorn are one age, both ruled by Saturn. Saturn is masculine in Aquarius and feminine as the creator in Capricorn. Therefore, androgynous. Neither masculine or feminine, not solar astrology or lunar astrology. The patriarch, its symbol is always a pyramid pointed upward. Its colors are red and yellow, standing for air and fire. The matriarch, her triangle always points down to earth and water. Her colors are black and white. Freemasonry rules the patriarch. Religion is ruling the patriarch, and let me get this backwards. I got it backwards. Freemasonry is the matriarch. Religion is the patriarch. When they come together, mater, pater, you get this symbol. But they have the patriarch over the matriarch. Are you seeing this? All planets have a masculine sign they rule and a feminine sign. Venus is masculine. Let's put this up and just do it. Venus rules Libra in the masculine sense, but she rules Taurus as the feminine. Mercury rules Virgo as the feminine, but rules Gemini as the masculine. Jupiter rules Pisces as the feminine, but rules Sagittarius as the masculine. Mars rules Aries as the masculine, but Scorpio as the feminine. The feminines are ruled by the moon and Cancer. The masculines are ruled by Leo in the age of fire there, the patriarch under the sun. But Saturn comes over them both. The creator, Capricorn, female, black, over the destroyer, white, feminine, moon. The man carrying the water, Saturn, masculine, over the sun in Leo. When Aquarius hits the spring equinox over here, the lion will be in the fall equinox. It is the lion laying down. He roars in the summer. He's born in the spring, roars in the summer, and falls in the fall equinox, in autumn. He lays down in the west as the man is in the east. This is the day we're waiting on. Saturn is both feminine and masculine, bringing the two sides together. Like I said, when one sign, it's mirrored from as above, so below, but mirrored. In the Gnostic Gospels, we are told the creator being looked into the water and saw a reflection of himself, and she came forth. So when he looks down into the waters, which are in the middle, the abyss, below the zodiac circle is the abyss. It is the waters in the middle of the circle. We call it the pond. We really need to learn everything there is about each sign. Yesterday, when I had the solar worshippers and the lunar worshippers coming at me at the same time, I thought of the Dark Crystal. If you haven't seen that movie, you need to see it. To me, it was like the two sides were coming together. Y'all need to meet each other. I met one half of each of you. I met both of your counterparts. You've been divided. The tongues were divided in Babylon in confusion. You need to come back together. It takes two to be superiors. I don't even know how to begin. If you don't see what I'm showing you, all I can say is maybe you're not ready. Maybe this is not for you. We're all in. Aquarius is about freedom and individuality. That's why families are breaking down, because it's not about the family unit anymore. When the Lamb came in and chose the 12, they had to leave their families and become part of a new unit. But all of those analogies were given to us by the Patriarch, because they've depicted them all as masculine, and they are not. That's why a lot of the hype is about the Last Supper picture, that's Mary Magdalene sitting there, or John is gay, and all of this, because they don't understand. The matriarch hates the patriarch, and the patriarch hates the matriarch. The Freemasons hate the church, and the church hates the Freemasons. They call each other evil when they're both wrong. And until they come together, they're never going to get it. They got to come together, just like in the Dark Crystal. They have to come back together. The two sides. The spiritual and the physical. The feminine and the masculine. The severity and the mercy. And when they get there, they're going to find Saturn in the Golden Age. That's why it's the Golden Age, because he can draw solar and lunar astrology together under him in Aquarius and under her in Capricorn. So y'all just need to get over it. Actually, you need to get under it. You need to overcome it, because it will be to your destruction. Because what does it say? 1,000 fell on my left and 10,000 on my right. You got to be in the middle. You got to have that third eye. The third eye is blind right now. They've done told you that. It's blind. The solar astrologers and the lunar astrologers have no third eye. They're either left eye or right eye. All of us only have one eye. You can only see with one at a time. Which one are you looking with? Look within. We're down here, base, inferius. Look up, superius. when those two pillars become one. All of the iconography is there. They're getting us ready. Here is Saturn, Capricorn, the goat, Aquarius, the man, the feminine and the masculine looking to the heavens. Saturn, Jupiter, conjunction in Capricorn. If it was going to be there, we would have seen it below. There will be two. In the Saturnalian or sidereal astrology, it is happening in Capricorn. In the other astrology, in tropical, it's happening in Aquarius. Both sides are represented. When you look at the depictions that, like Eliphas Levi did, you see the Venus symbols and the Mercury symbols. That's because along with Saturn, Venus and Mercury rule all heaven, Aquarius, and Earth, Capricorn signs. This will be the age. It's an age without end because Aquarius is going to go right into Capricorn. When we go back to the other one, you can see in Superius the freaking word Peru. We've talked about the word per, and it means house from the Egyptian. So when you say Lima, Peru, you're saying the house of the lamb. When the lion lays down with that lamb, when the lion lays down with the lamb in the spring in the west, when Aquarius is finally in that spring equinox, there'll be peace here. The two will become one. The lion's no longer roaring and in confusion because he's under the lamb. He's under thyself. This can be all very difficult to understand because, one, most of you are arguing with me about subjects you really don't understand yourselves. You only have half of the knowledge, and you become disgruntled about it. You have to have all of the knowledge. You cannot dismiss any of it. And what I'm really seeing is what I say, Mars out of control. Mars currently in the house of ideologies, fire, the illuminated. They're enlightened. But they must also be able to see in the dark. Being able to see in the light, hell, we can all do that. A half-truth is still a lie. Since the age of Sagittarius, that's all we've gotten is half-truths. And a half-truth is a lie. Aquarius is about knowing. It's about the truth. That the masculine and the feminine are one. We've been divided. We're separate right now. And you see how they come together. But this symbol here needs to be turned sideways to where they're both pointing to the left and the right. Not up and down, not one over the other. This symbol is sideways. It's incorrect. Because it was given to them by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Lucifer. Venus. O Lucifer, bright morning star, how art thou fallen? Lucifer fell in the fall equinox in Libra, but was recast to earth as Isis in Taurus, finding her other side, or his other side. You must bring the two together. You must bring the two together. You must bring the two together. And what do you find when you get there? Your third eye. When it opens, you meet your higher self. And then all of your questions are answered. It's like, that's the magic lamp. That's Aladdin's magic lamp. You find the lamp, you rub it, the genie comes out of the pineal gland and grants you 3 frickin' wishes. And that's the way it happened to me. I popped my pineal gland, I met this man. I went back. He started offering me shit. I didn't understand. I don't want anything. I don't want anything. I want out of here. How about that? Can you get me out of here? That's what I asked for. But I had already contracted to stay. I had agreed to stay. Not for myself, but for the children. I did not choose to be an astrologer. It is the last thing I would have ever chosen. I didn't believe in it. It was as much hocus pocus as the Bible was, until I put the two together. I didn't choose it, it chose me. I ran from it every chance I got to run, I ran. No more running. I'm running at it now instead of from it, making the two one. Religion is astrology, and astrology is religion. Alchemy is religion, is astrology. It's when you bring astrology and religion together, you get frickin' alchemy. And then you have the key to your magic circle. The patriarch will lose, so will the matriarch. Because that's not what it's about. It's androgynous. And that doesn't have anything to do with sexuality. Nothing. It's within. It's bringing the left eye and the right eye into focus in the center. When you bring sexuality into it, you're bringing the lower chakras of Mars and Jupiter. Let's see if we can pull that up. They're divided on the solar pillar and the lunar pillar, and we have to go straight up the middle, not the left-hand path or the right-hand path. And when you bring the lower chakras, the Sun, Jupiter, and Mars, into the picture, you're profane. It's about Venus, the heart, Mercury, the voice, and Saturn, the third eye, to get your crown chakra. That's why you see Mercury and Venus in these depictions. We have been in an age of water. Water aspecting that water in Scorpio with Mars and sexuality. We're coming out of the lower chakras and in to the pineal gland. When that lion lays down with the lamb, there he is. There's the lion laying down with the lamb, and Giza representing that middle pillar, the pineal gland, the third eye. And there's going to come a day when Fomalhaut is going to rise right here between his eyes. And everybody on this planet will see their higher self. That your higher self and your earthly self will become one. And you will create this magnificent light body that is immortal. It knows no death. It feels no pain. It knows all things. But the kingdom is now if you take the center path. Not solar, not lunar. Bring them together under Saturn, that third eye. Use your heart to pop your crown chakra. Use your voice and chant to pop your crown chakras. Go through Venus or Lucifer. Go through Hermes or Mercury. Mercury rules Virgo. She's the damsel in distress. Venus is debilitated there, the heart. So her voice Mercury is exalted there, and she cries out, and her pineal gland is popped. And she's no longer the damsel in distress. She becomes the bride. Hear with your eyes, because you're blind. Your third eye is blind. This is the greatest wisdom on the planet. They've lied to us about the riddle of the Sphinx. There is nothing hidden that will not be revealed. There will not be left one stone upon another. Not one. The stones are the chakras. The one stone is the pineal gland. And when you strike it, that water of life flows from it. That land of milk and honey. Many have climbed to the top of this pyramid and still don't have a clue. They're still choosing one pillar or the other, the left hand or the right hand. But they don't know how to stand, and they don't know how to walk the straight and narrow. They don't know how to look within. And they become disgruntled, and they hate the other side, and it makes them sick. When the other side is the other half of their own self. Look within. You can't save others until you save yourself first. People are running around trying to tell everybody else how to live when they don't know how to do it themselves. Most of the world is still lost in the materialism. The sexuality. I live in Sin City. I see it every day. All those lower chakra. It's about the money. It's about the sex. It's about the material pleasures of this world age. Enjoy it while you can, if that's what your thing is. It's not what mine is. Alchemy is to bring out the purest. We are one people, and we're being stirred in this cauldron. They throw the fire under us of Aries and bring that water to a boil. And it is the vapor that comes off of it that rises above it. It's distillation. And you can remain in the malt or the foam. Or you can vapor on out of here. I'm completely I don't gamble, I don't drink, and I don't ever care to have sex again. I never did. I'm not a sexual person. Or for that matter, I don't like to be touched at all. But I'm in the middle of Sin City. And that's all it's about. Everybody here's got a scam. But they're all either on one side or the other. I watch them daily. I spent most of my life making money at either waitressing or bartending. I told a psychiatrist once, you and I have the same job. People pay me so they can stand there at that bar and tell me their problems. The difference is they come tell you lies so they can get the script of pills they want. I get them drunk beforehand, and they tell me the God's honest truth. And I get tipped to keep my silence while they vent their issues and problems, because they're either on one pillar or the other. You got to go straight up the middle. I went straight up the middle. I found Aquarius. I found the Sphinx. I found the pineal gland. And it was all about Saturn. Turning that base lead to gold. I didn't understand shit in alchemy when I first began reading it. For 10 years, I stayed in those books, scripted in ancient tongue and code. And it kept talking about astrology, and I'm like, I read my horoscope, it's bullshit. Because I was only being given one side. Each only has a piece of the information. And until you put them together and get this, Pan here, the Pan man, the goat man, he's a he-she, he's androgynous, he's Saturn and Jupiter coming together, the spiritual and the physical, the feminine and the masculine. And they show you these as children because that's what when you find your pineal gland, that's what it does to you. You immediately become in touch with your inner child. Your heart, your Venus explodes with love. Your Mercury can't even find words. It becomes almost debilitated in tongue because there are no words to express what flows. I call it liquid love. It's liquid light. And it's in everything. That's why people in the material world like to consume things, because this liquid light of truth and light exists in everything. When the Lamb came through into the city and the people were screaming, Hosanna, Hosanna, and the priest said, shut these people up. He said, if they shut up, the very stones will cry out. Because it was life. And it's within you. And it's within other things and people. And when you can't find it in yourself, when your light is diminished, you reach out to material things or people or sex or anything that can imitate this light. It's the water of life that flows from Aquarius. It's that spear in the side of the Messiah. In the Sphinx. Y'all need to go watch Brian Forrester's work. In the Sphinx, there's a great hidden well they don't tell us about. Very few. None of the powers that be have talked on it, but there are some documentaries on YouTube. Brian Forrester. He done the well here. There's a well there in the Sphinx where that water of life flows. And I guarantee you that little serpent that he has between his eyes that they've torn off represents that wisdom of the pineal gland. And they give you all this mumbo jumbo. The patriarch has a side, the matriarch has a side, and they oppose each other when the true path is straight up the middle. It begins with the knowledge of Aquarius. It culminates with the knowledge of Capricorn. Both are about service to all. Aquarius is the martyr. No man takes my life. I lay it down. Capricorn, the creator. Under Capricorn, you're talking government, religion, education. When you take one of these jobs, you're serving the whole. You're one of many. You're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for the whole. The teacher, she's not there to teach her children or herself. She's there to teach all children. The policeman doesn't go to protect his family. He's there to protect the whole. The military protect the whole. But we've all been divided. And you run around your whole life looking for your other half. Look within. You're divided. So what do? Pull yourself together to get her. Together to get her. Break that word down. The Pope done the 2016 ritual in D.C. September 2016 ritual reset to get her. Reset together. The moon was in the full in the crotch of Ophiuchus to bring down their 13th sign. The Freemasons' 13th sign is Orion. I'm giving you Balaam, the Lamb of God. That pineal gland, you already have it. It is within. Don't do the profane using Jupiter and Mars and the sun and the moon. Use your heart, your voice, and your pineal gland. Feel it in your heart. It activates that moan in your Mercury, and you go, aha! And boom, it pops. Sexuality's the same way, but upside down. And it goes, you have an orgasm in your lower chakras. The thing is to have the orgasm in the upper chakra. You're having orgasms down here in the inferius when it needs to happen in superius. Mercury. That voice. The Holy Spirit groans within you. Comes out of your heart into your Mercury, and boom, your whole world lights up. You have to be inspired. It's feminine, the heart. Boom, to masculine, that voice. To androgynous, that pineal gland. Bringing the two together. I don't know how to explain it any more than this. This is the answer to it all. They can deface him all they want. They can lie about him all they want. It upsets some of you that I even use the terminologies he and she. You know what? In the Greek, there isn't. That was added. In the ancient tongues, there is no pronouns. There are no he, she. It is it. And they've made you fear it, pushing you back into the lower chakras. They trigger your Mars with fear and push you down. That's why I'm telling you it makes you sick. When you run the sun, the moon in the solar plexus, Jupiter and Mars in the fertility areas, they're pushing you down into fear in those lower chakras. When you pop your pineal gland and bring yourself together, you have no need of a mate. You have no need to cling to other people. You just want to be alone all the time. Alone with yourself. I pull myself together. Pull yourself together. Because it's Mercury, Mars, that rips you apart. Make the two one. You can pull all of these up into the pineal gland, and you have the rainbow, the peacock. But you got to get control of yourself. You got to pull yourself together and then get control of yourself. You don't let your physical urges, those sexual urges, take you down. In tantric sex, you're allowed to play all you want. But the magic is to not have an orgasm. To not lose your energy, a base in the inferiors, in this world. But to manifest it in the superiors, in the heavens above. We live inside of a great magic circle. It's a great alchemical circle. We have to become the magician. In the Illuminati tarot deck, the magician is blind. He's got on a blindfold. It's because he's looking with his third eye. One side makes you hate the other side. Jachin, Boaz. You have to bring them together. They must become one. And they must become one under Venus, Mercury, and Saturn. Under Saturn, Venus, Mercury, the masculine, the feminine, the heart, the voice. In the beginning was the Word. That word, we've done this. That word comes from the word verb and is associated with the constellation of Capricorn. And I do, or as we know, let there be. Let is the word. Just let. You don't even got to force it. Just let it. Mars is the god of let not, that lower chakra, representing that fire below. Pyramid, the fire within. There are two fires. There's one below, Mars. There's one above, the pineal gland, that fire within the mind. Then you become your own magician of your own magic circle. Don't become the sun or the moon. Become Saturn. Become androgynous. Don't be a he, she. Be an it. It's neither male nor female. It's androgynous. And when you think of androgyny, when you're in the base chakras, you think of a hermaphrodite. All of them are hermaphrodites. We're all hermaphrodites. I've got a masculine side and a feminine side. You bring them together, you become whole. You're neither masculine nor feminine. You become it. I never intended to be an astrologer. But you know what? It's in my damn birth chart. And until I learned the alchemy of it, I never saw it. I never saw it. My whole life. Pluto in fire, Neptune in Libra, and this Venus and the moon in Aquarius. Starting the fire, learning the hidden wisdoms of the heavens, Libra, and Saturn rules astrology in Aquarius. My sun is in Capricorn with Saturn, and my moon is here. My Saturn is between my sun and my moon, and they're both above the sun and the moon here, ruling the upper houses. I was born to be one. I fought it. Uranus retrograde in my chart. Rebellious against the transformation. I was running from it. Now I'm running to it. Which way will you run? Where will you go? What will you do? This is the only answer I have for you. Look up. Find yourself. Look within. Meet yourself. Pull yourself together, people. Everything's going to be all right. Because the day is coming on this planet when Fomalhaut will look itself straight in the third eye right here and know thyself. We will know even as we are known. There is nothing hidden that will not be revealed. So, get your magic lamp, rub on it, bring that genie out, and all your dreams will come true. But be careful what you ask for. You just might get it.